Good morning, interwebs.
It's at 1:39 and Steve picked up the camera ahead of me. I see that means he wants to talk garden. Are you gonna talk garden?
I played farmer today, so I thought I'd update. I planted quinoa
Woohoo!
and cilantro
Woohoo!
and 2 kinds of spinach, American and
a non-patriotic variety.
one that starts with a B, because I thought, oh no, I should have planted them in alphabetical order so that I would remember what was where. And then I went, hey, it is in alphabetical order because I planted the American first.
Do you help? Because these are the Americas. He's got like the crazy man pile of seed packets coming out of his pocket. Oh my god.
There it is.
Bloomsdale
long-standing spinach.
Harvest in 45 days.
And so I planted a lot more of that. I had 2 packets of the American, but then the Bloomsdale I had bought a whole ounce of. And so I was able to plant like a row and a quarter of that. And then 4 packets of Butter Crunch and 1 packet of Freckles lettuce. I had planned on having a more even split, except for I went to get my seeds today, and they accidentally only put 1 of the Freckles in when I had ordered 6. So instead of splitting the Freckles and the Butter Crunch between spring and fall, we're having mostly Butter Crunch in spring and mostly Freckles when we get to fall. So anyways, that's the update. And then I also had some Chinese broccoli seeds that I'd gotten from my mother-in-law. Hi. Several years ago. And so I finally planted those.
Better late than never.
And being that they're like 4 years old, my hopes are very slim for those. And with my youngest son, I planted some sage seeds that I had bought the first year after I had planted my sage plants, before I knew that sage wasn't perennial, because that's how rookie I was as a gardener. And so anyways, we threw those in. And then with my middle son, I planted some parsley that I believe was purchased by Grandma. So those are...
As in my grandma.
Yes, those are probably a decade old. So again, my hopes are slim. And then with my oldest daughter, we planted some cabbage. And because what we like to do is in spring, we plant it and let it bolt because it gets warm too quickly for seed cabbage. And then I take the seeds from that and just let them fall into the ground, and then they grow nicely in the fall, and we get nice fall cabbage.
And they start growing as soon as they possibly can, because they do it naturally, as opposed to Steve hemming and hawing and trying to figure it out.
It gives a very nice, I didn't plant all of my cabbage seeds, and then it's nice because all of a sudden the cabbages start growing. You go, oh, it's time to plant cabbage seed. So that was my day.
So it is about 4:30 in the morning, and I realized that I didn't pick the camera up again after Steve and I talked to you this morning when he decided we were going to talk to you. He still needs to work on this whole like backlighting thing, but you know, we'll get there. I'm still working on the lighting thing and the always having the same terrible background thing, but you know, deal with it. Real life, people. So what I was doing while Steve was talking to you, I was making lunch, which I made what we call Hawaiian pancakes, which I grew up eating. My mom is from Hawaii, and that's what they would eat growing up a lot. It is just flour and sugar and salt and water mixed, and then you cook them like pancakes on a griddle, and you slather them in butter, and they are delicious. So we had that, and then Steve and I, when the kids went to rest time, Steve and I had some ice cream. And for those of you keeping track, today we had chocolate chip. And then we didn't even watch a show. I think we were just talking. Yeah. And then he went to bed. And I was working on my baby Afghan and listening to some podcasts on Stitcher. And then I apparently fell asleep in my chair, because apparently that's becoming a thing again, which is not super great, and I'm not feeling super well. But, yeah, I, like, fell asleep unintentionally. It's one thing if I nap in the afternoon. That really doesn't bother me. Like, if I just am like, I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep. But I really don't like when I'm sitting somewhere and then suddenly I wake up. You know? Kind of creepy. So, that happened. And then I, finished my Afghan and took a picture and posted it to Instagram. So if you're on Instagram and follow me, which you can follow me at Cutesy Poo Creations. It is under my business name as opposed to the YouTube channel, which is not. And then here is my Afghan all completed. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. And look, I even like the ends are woven in, and the way that I did the pattern, it like self-bordered the pattern, and then I just went around and did a nice single crochet to finish up the edging. Just make a really nice summer blanket, because it's got enough like heft to where it would keep wind, which is a concern here, out, but it's lightweight enough that it wouldn't be uncomfortable in the summer weather, and it's got a really nice squoosh factor to it. So I don't know, maybe Burnout Sport Baby is moving up on my list. I know there were suggestions to hold it double, triple, quadruple, and I could, and I have, but I have so much worsted that if I'm going to hold it as worsted, I don't know. So I figure it'll probably just hang around stash and get used up little by little. Also, so I started, this was the beginning of a ball, and the ball was 240 grams, and where did my ball go? Ah, here it is. It apparently relocated itself. Oh, I moved it so that the kids could see. That's right. Anyways, so 240 grams. And I started, this was a brand new ball, and I have this much left, even after making that big Afghan. And I think the Afghan turned out about like 36 inches square, somewhere between 32 or 36. I forget what I measured it to. But it's like a good size. An appropriate size, I should say. Ooh, that means a YouTube comment. Let's see who it is. Probably means it's spam. Oh, no. Lynn HKS telling me about Hirschner's. Because she commented that the e-tent for Spinach is no longer like a separate entity. It has merged with Yarn Inspirations, which I strangely heard about on Smells Like Yarn, I think. Yes, that's what I was watching after I had mentioned the e-tent. And I haven't shopped there for a while because I haven't needed to fill in on anything from there. I had previously gotten like cases of cone cotton, and that had been a good deal. But apparently their deals aren't quite so good anymore. I don't know. But yes, I finished my Afghan. I made dinner. We had rice with, I made beef and broccoli. And I made it up, and it was delicious, and everybody ate it and said thank you a whole bunch. So it's a good day when everybody liked all the food I cooked all day, and I only got nice comments. And while bowls weren't all cleared each time, it was because kids were full, because they turned down other things too, not just the food I made. And that is always a nice feeling. And my phone's gonna start making noise. There we go. So I did that, and then since I'm not feeling super great, kids and I watched some YouTube and just kind of hung out and did stuff. And then I was working on a shawl, which is all of these happy colors, making me all happy and springy. And so I've done almost 2 full skeins of yarn today, I think, that I've crocheted. Yeah, plus what I finished on the Afghan. So decent amount of crocheting on top of the other bits and pieces of things I got done. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be a better day. I'm going to go to bed here pretty quick. I'm going to attempt to get up earlier tomorrow. Because today I had a really hard time getting up. I had a hard time getting out of bed. I wasn't feeling super great physically. And so I'm hopeful that tomorrow will be better. And with that, I think I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.